Doug Schwab.
I like it. Yeah, you getting me excited? All right. Oh, that's pretty funny. You're gonna make my head bounce a little bit. Why'd you keep it going? Oh, they mic me up, but you better give me final edit though. That's all I'm saying. They mic me up before the meet, and in our 25-pounder, he changed his walkout song to that, and I don't know. I like it. Like I was thinking that maybe that'd be my walkout song if I got to go again, because it just just gets you smiling. That's a good thing before you wrestle, just get loose and ready to roll. So came up short, yeah, we definitely came up short. A lot of matches could go either way, They definitely had to answer, Every time when we would hit them with something, they would answer. So good by them. They're a good team. Our team, to be great, has to be able to swing again, hit again, whatever you need to say, attack again, go one more time. To be great, we have to be able to do that. And we got to believe in ourselves when we step out there. Like, not kind of believe, but believe that don't matter who we're wrestling, if it's the #1 guy in the country, wherever it is, whoever it is, that we can get to them. And that what we have and what we do is better than what they have. So, yeah, not ideally how you want to finish up, but you just smile, you get back to work, and you get ready for the Big 12s. We've been battle tested throughout this year. We had a very, very tough schedule, and I know it's gonna pay dividends for us this last month of the year. Appreciate the fans coming out. I know, a state tournament going on. We weren't sure what kind of response we would get, who would be there, and then it started snowing in the morning too. So I'm like, just giving people another reason not to come. But had a good crowd. Always love the West Gym and the environment that's created there. Thank those people that are coming out, because, man, the state tournament's going on. There's a lot of things going on a Saturday for people not to come out. So everyone that came out, appreciate it. I don't know. I can go match my match, but I'm gonna tell you that my mind is really move forward. It's going to the Big 12s and getting guys ready. It's getting a couple days off and then getting these guys really kind of sharpened up and zeroed in on this conference tournament and then national tournament. We'll get our allocations sometime this week, so we'll know how many at each weight class. Right now, I would say 6 of our guys have qualified a spot based on the criteria that they have. So a few of the guys are going to have to work themselves in. Not sure the exact numbers per weight class right now, but it got a pretty good idea of where we're going to sit, and everyone's going to have an opportunity to get themselves in the national tournament. You go win the Big 12s. I know if everybody wins the Big 12s, then they're all going to the national tournament. So you can make it real simple by doing that. Big 12s, obviously tough conference with Oklahoma State. We're looking forward to the first time being able to compete in that tournament. Down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I don't really have a whole lot else. I mean, I can go match my match, but like I said, I've kind of moved on. I know where we're at. I know how we had to talk to some of our guys to get them to understand, like Max Thompson, you have to go attack again. Trust your offense. Go attack again. Your offense is better than his defense. Taylor Lujan, you got a guy on the edge. And you know what? When you getting a guy to the edge and pushing him off the edge are two totally different things. Totally different. And we got to be able to push guys over the edge. And so much of that, to me, comes down to just believing. Believing when you step out there, full conviction. And, man, we had guys on the edge. I mean, you could see it. But I think I said kind of the Oklahoma State meet, too. A great competitor, you can hit them once. They respond. Then you got to hit them again. Then you got to hit them again. Then you got to hit them again. And it doesn't have to be necessarily attacks, but you have to hit them with your discipline and positions. And I think they were more disciplined than us up and down, and that's why they won that meet and won those tight matches. We have to be more disciplined. So those little things that we talk about, if it's a little stance break, if it's just sleep, nutrition, rest, little things, they all add up, especially when we're trying to get to the level that we're trying to get to. When you're trying to be the best guy in the country and there's only 10 guys that are going to be the best guy in the country at your weight class, there's only going to be 10 of those guys, and you're trying to get to that level, every little thing matters and adds up. And you know what, sometimes you Got to show them, hey, look right here. Thing we talk about. Remember we talk about this? We talk about this every day. And then it kind of comes in and hits you, and then you're like, then I think they shake their head and they're like, okay, yeah, I get it. You know, coach isn't just kind of, he's not saying it just to say it. You know, coaches don't say things, and I think sometimes maybe guys get to that where coach is saying it to say it. Like, no, we're saying it because it matters. Because it matters. And I know our guys are prepared. I know it. I know it. I know that they've been tested. You look at our schedule and you look at our RPIs, and I think we had 5 or 6 guys that are in the top 10 RPI. That means strength of schedule. That means we have strong schedule. That means our guys have been battle tested. But like in a Max situation or a Drew Foster situation, go attack again. You know, trust ourselves. Really believe in our offense, and that it's as good as anybody's in the country. Believe in where we're good and go get there over and over again. And that's what we're going to hammer home these next 2 weeks. We'll have a couple days off, get guys sharpened up and ready for our conference tournament.
With that said, with that tough schedule, you did wrestle, regular season's over. How do you feel like you stack up with the Big 12 teams that you'll face in 2 weeks?
You know, it's so much is so individual too. You know, it's some weight classes are deeper than others. You know, and we didn't get to wrestle a full Big 12 slate. You know, we wrestled. You know, we had 4 in duels. We had to wrestle actually 5 in duels because we wrestled Oklahoma. We saw some at some of the other events. You know, as a team, man, I believe in our team. I think we stack up well. You know, we're going to try to win that tournament. We're not just going to show up and throw our hat in the ring and like, well, we're going to show up. Well, it's a Big 12, and well, we're little UNI. No, I mean we're going to win. And to do that, you got to score bonus points. To do that, you have to have everybody placed. And you got to send 10 guys as deep in the tournament as possible. And you have to guys stepping up there, believing that they're going to go win that tournament. And that's what we're working on doing with those guys every day. And I'll keep telling them till they believe it, because I believe it without a doubt. I know where those guys are at. I've seen them. I've seen and I've felt some of the best wrestlers in the world, and I know where some of our guys are at. It's just them believing that they're there too. And you know what? The great thing about that is I've seen it. I've watched it. I've seen guys go from 1 week to the next. You know, from the conference tournament to the national tournament, from getting 4th to winning a title. You know, it's so much about frame of mind. And I got to watch the state tournament, and you see some guys that, man, they had the tournament of their life. Yeah, I mean they did, but they did a lot of work. They did a lot of things before that to set that up. And our guys have set all that up. It's all set up. All those dominoes are in place. They just got to tip them over. Speaking of state tournament, I seen Jim Nelson back there. Want to congratulate him on Service to the Sport Award. I mean, tell you what, telling our wrestling story, telling those stories, it gets people inside the sport. It makes a difference. Because, you know, if you're a fringe, if you haven't been around wrestling and you don't really understand it, and then you get to read about, you know, a father-son, and you see that moment where the kid's jumping in his arms, I mean, how incredible is that? You know, this sport, man, it's helped make me the man I am, and I've dedicated my life to it, and you know, guys like him that go and tell those stories, we appreciate him. So awesome for him, and appreciate everything he does for wrestling and in the sport, man, because the stories need to be told. I think that's one thing. The wrestling stories, they need to be told, because we got some incredible stories, some incredible kids that go through this sport, incredible people that, you know, I appreciate him telling that story, and need to continue to keep getting those out there. So other than that, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably talk more next week, because I think I'll be here next week, hopefully. And then, you know, I'll know our allocations and all that stuff. You know, we had 6 state champions, which is awesome. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look if UNI's ever had more than that coming in one class. 6 guys won state titles. 1 got second and 2 got third. And, you know, the great thing about those guys coming back and getting third is and how they did it. Glazer lost. He lost in the first round. Then he came back and won 5 matches. That's not an easy thing to do. And then Tyrell, how he got third, he got a takedown. He went back to center with like 7 seconds left, got a takedown. They got a takedown in overtime. So those guys showing that kind of grit and toughness and heart, that's really important. Those are the kind of guys that we want on our team. And that, you know what, they don't throw in the towel when things kind of get tough, because it's going to get tough. You're going to lose some matches. You're going to have some setbacks. Like we're talking about with our team right now. Having some setbacks and losses. Do they learn from them? Do they move forward? Do they try to get better from it? You know, I mean, we got a guy that's in Fort Dodge right now that got second for the 2nd year in a row, and you're crushed. I mean, I got second twice. It's painful. It is painful. There's a lot of tears, but that's what helps you grow. The pain helps you grow. And as much as, I was talking to some of the guys the other day, they're like, well, it's really hard to see it when you're in it. Well, yeah, it is. But once you get out of it a little bit, once you get removed from it, and you look back and you're like, man, that helped shape me. It helped me make who I am. It helped drive me more. And it's not the end of the world, man. I've lost some big matches on big stages, and the world's never ended one time. What I'm more concerned with is how they move forward and if they learn from it, and if it makes them better. And that's what we'll do, man. That's how I'm wired. Very optimistic. Believe in our guys, believe in the program, believe in the direction we're going, believe in the guys that we have coming into our program, and excited for those 9 guys that we sign and that are going to be coming in next year. They're going to add. They're going to make our program better. And you look at a lot of those guys too, and they're on championship teams. They're making the guys around them better, and that's an important thing. That we have guys that are making guys around them better, and that group of guys they're gonna help push our program forward.
There's nothing you can do about it. A 2-week break. That's just the way your schedule is.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Are there some guys that are injured?